This is my review of the Momcozy 5-inch dual mode smart baby monitor. This is the one that has 2 different cameras. But my baby is currently napping right now while I do this review. So we are using the camera in live time and I absolutely love it. First things first, listen. I don't hear anything, and I have 2 sound machines going in there. So the way that it filters out like background noise, I think is so crazy and so nice. Like the fact that I can be in here in my office and it's peaceful and quiet is such a blessing. What's really cool about this baby monitor is you can set it up at home with this display here, or you can actually set it up on your phone as well. So you can interchange between Wi-Fi or non-Wi-Fi, which I really like. I primarily use the non-Wi-Fi because I'm at home a lot. But if I knew it was my daughter's nap time or something, I think it would be cute to connect if I was on the go and just see and check in on her. I think that's a pretty cute idea. So I currently have 1 camera set up in the bedroom right now that is doing a live feed of my daughter currently napping. And then here is the other camera. Right now I just have this set up in our playroom. I just unplugged it. So I just kind of set this up on a bookshelf. So if I'm in the other room, I can always just keep an eye on what she's doing, what she's getting into, which is honestly really helpful because sometimes you'll hear noises and you're like, what's going on? So it's nice that I can always just keep an eye on what she's doing. But whenever we have baby number 2, this will probably go into their room. And what's really cool is you can display both cameras on the screen, or you can have it interchange. So if we go to the camera setting, you can go to display mode. You can do full screen, split screen, or auto cycle. I like that it's easy to personalize to what works for you and your family. But there are so many different features that I really like about this. I also like how easy it is to use. Just looking at this screen, there's a little zoom button. So if I want to zoom in on my daughter's face, I can do that very easily. And then you have a mic button, so you can actually talk to your child and tell them things. So if they wake up, you can say, go back to sleep. That hasn't worked for us quite yet. I think she's a little bit too young. Maybe when she's a little bit older, that will work for us and she'll actually go back to sleep. But what's cute is you can take pictures or video, which is really cute to save. You do have to add a SD card to this, which I haven't done yet, but I really want to because there was a few times that I was like, I would love to take a little picture of that. What I really like about this monitor is how easy it is to customize with all the different alerts if you want. I have most of them turned off. I just like to know it when she's crying, and usually the volume speaker alerts me enough. I don't need some kind of like dinging or buzz to wake me up. Usually I can wake up pretty good on my own. And then there's a setting here to add a second camera or a third. I think you can have up to 4, which is pretty cool. And then there's also a setting for music. So there's 8 different songs on there, which I think is so cool that you can play little lullabies and stuff to try and get them to sleep. I love all those features. I love that it's very customizable because that makes it nice for me. A lot of times things will have different fancy alerts, which is really good for someone if you sleep heavy. I think that would be very beneficial, but I wake up so easily. I just hear a cry and I'm basically awake. But I do like that it is customizable. That's pretty cool. So you'll see at the bottom of the monitor right here, there's these little lights, and I wondered what that was when I first got it, and it's actually the volume in your child's bedroom. So if you kind of see it going red or loud, you're like, okay, they're probably crying, time to go in there. And you can just see that at a glance, but after a few seconds, you do start obviously hearing the crying through the speaker. And sometimes my daughter will talk in her sleep, so it's nice to see that it's actually a cry. It's not just her babbling, or sometimes she'll like clap her hands. It's something like that. So it's nice to know when they're actually crying versus when they're just kind of doing things in their sleep. Some other really handy features are it does take the temperature in the room, which I think is so cool. It has the time up here. I'm always confused on what time it is at night, so it's nice that I can just quickly, when I'm looking at the monitor, see what time it is exactly. So to turn it on and off, you just hold the on button at the top. If you do 1 click, it'll turn off the screen. This is a volume button for the volume that we hear from any sounds coming from my daughter's bedroom. And then of course you have the handy dandy little stand that you can set it up. I just have it here on my desk or wherever beside my bed, anything like that. Funny enough, before this, one of my favorite baby monitors was just the audio one. Simple, cut and dry. I really like simplicity and like easy to use, easy to connect. This is that exactly, but I also get the added feature of being able to see my baby, and then all of these other stuff like the sounds, the lullabies, that you can take a picture, you can move the camera. It's really a great monitor, and the fact that I can also use my phone as well is really cool. Another thing that's really cool with the phone connectability is you can actually share access to it with up to 20 family members, which is pretty cool. I haven't done that yet. I just kind of take screenshots and send it to them, but I think that's a pretty cool feature as well. On the app, you can actually customize safe zones if they're in their play area. So if they go beyond that zone, you will get an alert, which is really cool. But yeah, overall, I'm a huge fan of this product and I highly recommend it. They did send it to me as a free gift, but I'm not sponsored. I reached out to them. They were like, we would love for you to do a video. And I was like, I would love to do a video because I love this thing. Another added bonus is you get all of the cords, all of the plugs. It comes with it. I've had some that do not come with this that actually plug into the wall. So that is very handy that it gives you everything that you need. You don't have to buy anything else. I do also want to insert what the wall mount looks like because I know that's important to some people. It just looks like this. You screw the monitor into this. I use this one in the playroom, so I haven't had to screw it in the wall yet. I can just put it on a bookshelf, and then you add 2 screws, which they also give you, into the wall. Just like so. To pair it to this device, you just click the pair button there. Super simple. That is what I love about all of this. They really designed it with ease of setup, of managing, of plugging things in, of everything's quiet. So if your baby's asleep and you haven't turned it on yet, it's quiet to turn it on. That is so helpful. Not all baby monitors are like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in the Momcozy baby monitor, I will link it down below. But yeah, we absolutely love this baby monitor. It has been great. We've been using it for about 2 weeks now, and we just absolutely love it. Never going back to the simple one. So yeah, super happy with it.